Loughborough College in Berwick, Victoria, where the Prime Minister is holding a community cabinet meeting.
We're working on our future economy apart from delivering the budget surplus, whether it's the rollout of the national broadband network, our clean energy future, the record investments we're making in education across the board, from the education of our youngest children through school education into schools and into universities. That is about building the economy that we want to be in the future, the nation that we want to be in the future. The budget's also about understanding that many families are feeling under cost of living pressures. And whilst they recognise that our economy is strong compared to so many nations around the world, many families rightly say to themselves, well, I hear a lot about this resources boom, I hear a lot about the strength of the economy, but I don't actually feel that in my own home when I'm trying to make my family budget add up. Which is why in the recent budget, even though we had to make tough decisions to return the budget to surplus, we have worked to provide some assistance to families with their cost of living pressures, including the new school kids bonus, including family payment increases. And beyond that, there is compensation flowing too as a result of carbon pricing, with family payments flowing today, starting today for 1.6 million families, pension increases to come, and then a tax cut on the 1st of July. From the government's budget too, you can see the things that we are determined to change for the future of our country. We're very determined to build a national disability insurance scheme, because at the moment, the kind of assistance you get if you are a person with a disability or one of your loved ones depends far too much on the circumstances in which you got your disability, and far too many people miss out on appropriate care. We're also determined to do better in dental care. There are around 400,000 people waiting for public dental treatment, and we want to help them through a dental care waiting list blitz. And we understand we're an ageing society, we're all getting older a day at a time, but our society is getting older, more older Australians compared with the number of younger Australians. And as Australians age, we know that people will want more options and choices about the way in which they age and the ability to stay in their own home for longer, which is why through the government's budget we've also delivered a new aged care package. The budget also makes a lot of provision for infrastructure, continuing our rollout of infrastructure around the nation. And I know in this growing community that that's something that's very top of mind for community members. So there's some of the things that have been in our thinking as we've put together the recent budget, but this is your opportunity to talk about what is important to you. So I'm going to go to your questions very quickly, but I'll ask my colleagues to introduce themselves, and they're allowed to say one sentence, very short sentence, on what they've been doing in your local community today. So I'll start with Jacinta at the end.
Thank you, Prime Minister. My name is Jacinta Collins. I'm a Senator for Victoria, and I can say today, as much of my life, I've spent a lot of family time in Berwick.
You certainly do. Yes,
hello, I'm Tanya Plibersek. I'm the Health Minister. I've done a whole series of things today, but one of the most exciting was going to one of the new Stephanie Alexander kitchen gardens. And also I was down the other end of town at Frankston, at the Frankston Mornington Peninsula Medicare local launch this afternoon as well.
Peter Garrett, Minister for School Education. Fantastic to be here at Timbara, where your NAPLANs have been really good and the kids are doing it this week. Look, I was up at Upper Ferntree Gully at Kanara Community House this afternoon to see the activities that are going on there for the recognition of prior learning for early child care educators. And they're doing some fantastic work there, and meeting with a couple of those people who are assessors for the recognition of prior learning for early childcare.
Hi, I'm Jenny Macklin, the Minister for Families, Community Services, Indigenous Affairs. Thank you, Georgina, for your welcome. And also the Minister for Disability Reform. And this afternoon with the Prime Minister and Laura, we were at the Basin talking with families about the increases in family support that the government's very keen to get out, as the PM just said, starting today.
Hi, Stephen Conroy, the Minister for Broadband Communications and the Digital Economy, and I will spend some of the afternoon meeting with Monash and Chisholm, talking about how the National Broadband Network can really improve the delivery of education across the region.
Hi, Senator Chris Evans. I'm a West Australian Senator. I'm Minister for Tertiary Education, Skills, Science and Research. And like Stephen, I've been talking with Chisholm TAFE and Monash University about growing educational opportunities in the region and their plans to attract more students into higher education. I'm also a DOCA supporter, and unfortunately spending time with Steve, who's a mad Collingwood person, has made it a tough day.
I'm Anthony Albanese, and I'm the Minister for Infrastructure and Transport. I spent the day in a couple of different states today, including we had a project, the Westgate Freeway, that we did, which is a smart motorways project. I then came across here and met with locals about the Clyde Road upgrade that's proceeding and what's required in terms of the Pakenham bypass, and essentially being lobbied by the good constituents of Latrobe about the need for increased funding. I also had a meeting with the Victorian Government Minister today about the next steps in the nation building program that will commence next year.
Hi, I'm Penny Wong. I'm the Minister for Finance and Deregulation, and I'm afraid, Laura, I was with Anna Burke today in Box Hill. Sorry about that.
Hi, my name's Bill Shorten. I'm the Minister for Employment, Workplace Relations, Financial Services and Superannuation. And I was with Laura at the Basin Primary School, which is only 132 years old. And we were officially opening the new school facilities there. And a little fact, which you probably won't get asked at a quiz night at your local football club, did you know that there's been 118 projects in 61 schools in this community worth $110 million expended by the government to make sure your kids have equal to the best facilities anywhere in Australia?
I'm Greg Combay. I'm the Minister for Climate Change and Energy Efficiency and the Minister for Industry and Innovation. Manufacturing is a very large employer in this region, and yesterday afternoon I met with a large number of manufacturing firms from all over southeast Melbourne to discuss some of the issues that they're endeavouring to deal with and how the government can help them. And we're very committed to manufacturing employment and the future of the industry. And I've met and spoken with some other people about that this Savo, and I've also been at a community facility locally with the Prime Minister, with Laura and with Minister Jenny Macklin.
My name's Kim Carr. I'm a Senator for Victoria and Minister for Human Services. This afternoon I've been down to the Fountain Gate Centrelink office, a new office there, talking to people about the measures we are taking to help people who are unemployed and the other actions being taken by the Department of Human Services in getting people sorted out with a whole lot of family-related problems which the government is seeking to assist people.